Welcome to ayah number 103, Surah Al-Baqarah, Quran step. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. This ayah is connected with the ayah before, 102, which was this one. واتبعوا ما تتلو الشياطين على ملك سليمان وما كفر سليمان ولكن الشياطين كفروا till the end. And this is really a conclusion to that ayah. And let's recite it and read together the commentary on it. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ولو أنهم آمنوا واتقوا لمثوبة من عند الله خير لو كانوا يعلمون. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَوْ أَنَّهُمْ, if only they, آمنوا, believe. So they is referring to the Jews who had learnt, and those who had learnt the magic from the shayateen and from the two angels, Harut and Marut. If only they had believed. وَاتَّقَوْا and feared Allah. وَاتَّقَوْا, you remember taqwa means to fear Allah and obey Him and not to disobey Him, and use your obedience to Allah and the lack of disobedience to prevent the punishment of Allah. That's taqwa. وَاتَّقَوْا لَمَثُوبَةٌ, they indeed would have had a mathuba. The word mathuba means thawab, reward, jaza, reward. Who is this reward from? Min indillahi khair. That reward or that result is from Allah, and it would have been far better, good. لو كانوا يعلمون, if only they realized or they knew. So really now this is a conclusion of the previous ayah and this one. And here let's read what the Shaykh Abu Bakr al-Jazari mainly says. وفي الآية, in this verse, يفتح تعالى على اليهود باب التوبة. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens the door of repentance. فيعرض عليهم, he displays to them, literally he points them to al-iman wa taqwa. وَلَوْ أَنَّهُمْ آمَنُوا وَاتَّقَوْا, if they believe in Allah and His Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam and they fear, then this will be able to, this is their way of tawbah. من هداية الآيتين, in these two ayahs, ayah number 102 and ayah number 103, we have the following points. Number one, الإعراض عن الكتاب والسنة, a person who turns away from the book of Allah, al-Kitab, was-Sunnah, and the Messenger's Sunnah, لتحريهما الشر والفساد والظلم يفتح أمام المعرضين أبواب الباطل من القوانين الوضعية والبدع الدينية والضلالات العقلية. So he who turns away from the Kitab and the Sunnah, from the Quran and Sunnah, because, so this is like a comma, لتحريهما الشر والفساد, the Quran and Sunnah make what haram? They make evil haram, and they make corruption haram, and they make dhulm haram. If a person turns away from this direction of the Quran and Sunnah, يفتح أمام المعرضين, the people who turn away, the doors will open in front of them. Which doors? أبواب الباطل, the doors of falsehood. من القوانين الوضعية, for example, the rules of which are made up, the modern rules, like modern legislation that goes against the Quran and Sunnah. والبدع الدينية, and innovations in the religion. والضلالات العقلية, and errors of thought. And that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also says, قال تعالى ومن يعش, whoever is يعش, يتعام. يعش means to be blind or to pretend to be blind. So you're sighted, you have the ability to see, but you say I can't see. That's يعش. ومن يعش, whoever يعش, تظاهر بعدم الرؤية, who claims or pretends that he is unable to, بعدم رؤية, to see. ومن يتعامى ويعرض ويغفل, and as a result he then turns away and he pretends he doesn't know. So ومن يعش, whoever does this, عن ذكر الرحمن, from the mention of the dhikr or the reminder or the memory of Ar-Rahman, i.e. Allah, نقيض له, then we pair him, الشيطان, with the shaitan. فَهُوَ لَهُ قَرِينٌ, and he will be his qareen, his close companion. وَإِنَّهُمْ, and indeed they, لَيَصُدُّونَهُمْ, will stop them عَنِ السَّبِيلِ, from following the path. And what is this path leading to? السَّعَادَةِ وَالْكَمَالِ, to happiness and perfection. And at the same time, when they do that, those people who behave like this, وَيَحْسَبُونَ أَنَّهُمْ مُهْتَدُونَ, they consider themselves to be rightly guided. يَذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنْ ذَلِكَ. So here, he's using this as an ayah to explain what's happening here with the hidayah of the ayah, is because the Jews turned away. Remember in ayah number 101, they threw the book of Allah behind them. So they turned away from the book of Allah. That's why they got involved into magic, and which opened the door of complete evil for them. In the same way, the Muslims, if we turn away from the Quran and the Sunnah, because the Quran and Sunnah only stop bad things, if we turn away from that, we turn away from their prohibitions, we're going to open ourselves to committing all sorts of evil. The second benefit from the ayah, kufr as-sahir, that the magician is committing disbelief. وحرمة التعلم السحر, and that learning magic is haram, حرمة. وحرمة استعماله, and even using magic is haram. The third benefit, Allah Ta'ala خالق الخير والضير, Allah is the one who created good and harm. الضير rhymes with khair, but it also just means darar, harm. ولا ضرر, and there is no harm. ولا نفع, and there is no benefit. إلا بإذنه, except by the permission of Allah. فَيَجِبُ الرُّجُوعُ إِلَيْهِ. So that's why a human being, if you want khair and you don't want shar, it is obligatory, فَيَجِبْ الرُّجُوعُ إِلَيْهِ, to turn back to Allah. في جلب النفع, in order to hope to acquire some benefit. وَضَفْعِ الضَّرِّ, and to stay and to keep harm away. بِدُعَائِهِ وَالضَّرَاعَةِ, but how do you do this? How do you turn to Allah? By praying to Him, by making supplication, and by showing your khudu and khushu, by being humble in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah make us truly humble, and make, oh Allah, save us from any harm and lead us to good. The fourth benefit of the ayah, al-ilm al-mubham, the knowledge which is unclear, kadhan, alladhi la yaqeen ma'ahu, where a person has some idea but he has no yaqeen, he's not certain. لا يغير من نفسية صاحبه شيئا, will not be able to change anything in a person. فلا يحمله على فعل الخير, it won't push him to do good. ولا على ترك الشر, or to leave something evil. بخلاف الرسوخ في العلم, on the other hand, بخلاف, on the opposite side, the person who has rusukh, he is very well founded في العلم, in knowledge. فإن صاحبه, indeed that person, يكون لديه, indeed will have with him, من صادق الرغبة, he will have a keen desire, a true desire. وعظيم الرهبة, and a great fear, which will ما يدفعه إلى الإيمان, which will push him to believe. والتقوى, and to fear Allah. وَيُجَنِّبُهُ الشِّرْكُ وَالْمَعَاصِي, and he will stay away from shirk, polytheism, والمعاصي, and sin. وَهَذَا ظَاهِرٌ فِي نَفِي اللَّهِ تَعَالَى, and this is clear in the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala negates from the Jews who did this, تعالى العلم عن اليهود في هاتين الآيتين. So at the end of the ayah, what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? لَوْ كَانُوا يَعْلَمُونَ. In other words, the Jews, they knew that this was wrong, what they're doing, it's disbelief, but their knowledge about the akhirah and their belief in it was half-baked. So when your iman is half-baked and you're not sure, there's going to be some kind of last day and I'm going to meet Allah, but you're not sure, then that knowledge is not sufficient to push a person to follow the rules of Allah and to save a person from disobeying Allah. So that's why having full knowledge, you yourself reading about the Quran, the Sunnah, making up your mind and coming to the conclusion, yes, this is what Allah said, and yes, this is what Allah wants, and this is what Allah's Messenger said, will give you rusukh al-ilm, will give you the knowledge that will allow you to stay away from the things that Allah has prohibited and to do the things that Allah has asked you to do. May Allah make us from those people who are rasikhina fil ilm, those rasikhuna fil ilm, who have good and strong knowledge, and we obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.